Welcome back to Satisfactory, and the factory must grow today. And today we're going to be heading into quartz. So I already built a few things and want to show them off camera. Well, on camera now, but I built them off camera. We've got a tube heading over through this wonderful little gorge that we've got near our base. And that's leading over here. I ran out of copper sheets, so it's going to deposit us a little bit early. But other than that, we will be able to rebuild it. Yep, let's take the entrance off now. And then we can just continue building, and there isn't much left to build. We just need to go onto this one little hill, and then we should be done with this hypertube. So near our base, and let's just turn that a little bit that way. I do love the ability to basically determine in which direction things are going as you're actually about to place them. So here we are, a hypertube, and then we can just get it to maybe directly connect, or maybe one more then. Okay, and directly connect. There we go. And it's going to come to a train station over here. This train station is there an entrance on there? There is not. Let's put one in. Make sure I don't forget. And connect this up. Okay. So here's the train station. We have a way straight back to our base. And the train station has a couple of freight platforms as before. This area is sort of north of the base, if you like. Here is, well, I've not really shown you the geysers, but there's our space elevator, so it's just slightly northeast of the base, northeast, and we have a train here ready. There isn't a station on the other end yet, but this basically train line heads all the way over here, across that tiny little land bridge right there. That's important. Oh, and I might note that if you are intending to go across there, there's about 5 or 6 different creatures right there. It's a bit well guarded, is that land bridge. Anyway, once you go over there, I'm going to put maybe a train station around about here, and then we'll bring the quartz down on a belt to the train station. So let me just go and head to the other end, and then we'll go and set everything up as far as the other train station is concerned. I'm actually just bringing it to here rather than into the base, because this is a nice wide open area. If we just have a look here, oh, there's some bees. If we have a look over that way, you'll see there's quite a lot of space available, and I think we could pillar upwards onto a platform and have a quartz processing area. In addition, we could also bring across the bauxite if we wanted to, or combine them back towards in our base. But at least initially, we have a nice flat area to get some stuff built with. Anyway, off to build the other train station. And here's that little land bridge I was talking about. You have a very small area there before things go into a waterfall. I nearly got kicked off this. That would have been very, very bad. I'm not sure exactly where that goes, but we'll see on the other side in a minute. I've got this sort of swamp area on that side, and on this side we have basically what is effectively a sea or a very shallow lake, so that's where the waterfall clearly goes. Yep, not deciding to go down there for now. All we really need to do is go to the end of this sort of railway, and it should be coming up in about, I don't know, 50 yards or so, and then we can decide where to build a platform on this end. Now, there isn't exactly all that much space around here that isn't occupied by trees, so you may have to actually get some trees demolished around here, maybe, or rebuild this last few sections of railway. Let's take a look at where we can build a train station. Well, we do want the sort of input side on the left as we look at it, because the quartz is up on the left. So if I just try and fit this in somewhere. Okay, train station. I then need a platform, so a freight platform or 2. So 1, 2. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to need to rebuild this last section, but that shouldn't be a problem. Let's just grab some railway, and we just head through here until I find wherever the previous section was. It's going to have to be down over there. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. No, you won't go there. Too sharp of a turn. How about there and then there? So too sharp of a turn, unless I make 2 sort of sections, and it's perfectly fine. Yep, lots of creatures over here just because we haven't really been over that much. That is a good donation towards our research goal, however, and clearly I'm going to need to remove that. It may not actually affect things in game, but it has to go. I'm out of biomass. I donated all my fuel. Okay, that's fine. I will come back and saw that down another time. And we have our quartz up here, so we just head this way. And it's just on this sort of sandy section at the top. So right around here. Yeah, here it is. So there's our quartz. Do I have enough for a miner right now? Because if not, we can always go back and get stuff. But it'd be ideal if we just place some stuff down. We don't have enough. I need a couple of portable miners, and I need some more steel pipes. That's fine. We now have basically a train station to go backwards and forwards if we want to. And there is the location of another slug. We do need Nobelisk for this. I did think it was in the Kateria Moore section. It's not. Thanks very much to a commenter saying that it's in the sulfur research. So if you want explosives to basically get rid of any sort of obstructions, then feel free to do that. I'm not sure if we can actually summon the train from this end. Ooh, food. Can we actually summon the train from this end? Because we should get power. Yeah, there's the power. Locomotive. Yep. Timetable. Let's add timetable. Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. And well, what's this one actually called? Does it actually tell me in here? Bosch. Okay, let's just call this Quartz. Okay, Quartz. That's what it's called. And we are instead going to set a timetable to say we want, that's the next stop, fine. Can I change that now to be, whoops. How to change it to Quartz. So its next stop is where it is currently, and it can come up here, and we can write it back if we want to. I hear some creatures somewhere. Ah, there's more. Yep. There's about 5 or 6 of these wonderful things. But we can deal with it. Cool. So, back to the timetable. That is all set up, I think, and turn on the autopilot. And then we can wait for it to arrive. Oh, there's a friend. Hello, friend. Okay. Alright, so it should be coming soon. Hopefully it won't get derailed by the trees. And then we can head back. And here's our train. They didn't care about the trees whatsoever. It docked perfectly fine. And now we can head back over to our base. So over we go. I can pick up some more steel pipes and little bits and pieces to get started into the sort of extraction of quartz. And there's an old train station. I need to rename this one as well because that's unpronounceable. If you're German, maybe that's entirely pronounceable to you. Hauptbahnhof? Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you're German. Let's just get it sorted into something that I can actually pronounce, which is basically to call it, I don't know, quartz input or, quartz processing. There we go. Okay, so now back across to the base and pick up some supplies, and then we'll set up the quartz. And back out here, should be a matter of using the usual approach. We're just going to mine this, and let's just grab that here. Our train station is roughly over there. I don't have a beacon down, or in fact I don't need a beacon, it's got a train station beacon already. So we'll have it pointing roughly that direction. That will do, and then we'll just run a belt as you normally would, and we don't need to do much else. I did see there was a new update to the experimental build, which lets you apparently snap logistic splitters, or basically splitters and mergers onto conveyor poles now. So they should snap there automatically. Haven't had a chance to try it yet, or at least I did try it a little bit, but maybe I'm just missing the point of it, as it didn't work how I expected. I thought it would be just snapping onto this pole in the middle of the belt like that, and it didn't do that. So maybe I'm missing something, but if you know exactly what it's talking about, put in the comments below for everyone else, and maybe I'll discover it as well if not, and tell you about it next time. So that's done there, and we should be okay here. Let's just actually bring it up and around. It's got a nice turn on it. I do like the ability to do that at the end of the belt, and there we go. So that, once I have some power, which we can transmit from the basically the train station, which is carrying the power, we can transmit it all the way around from wherever the power pole thing is. It's over there. I'm just going to basically fit this so it doesn't have any power poles going through the station. So one to there, to here, and then usual. We'll just run this down over to our mine, and that should be everything done. One power pole. And power pole again, maybe? Yeah, there we go. I did see one other thing that you could do. Worth mentioning, if that's actually allowed, I think you can, it says right middle click, sorry, to switch to whatever you're pointing at. Yeah, so you don't have to actually click anything on your hotbar anymore. You can literally middle click whatever you're actually doing, as long as you're in build mode or in destroy mode. You can basically change to anything that's in your, basically anything that's in your inventory that you can build just by pointing at it and middle clicking, and it'll just change over. Very handy feature. I didn't think that is actually in Factorio. I hate to mention when things are in Factorio because it's an obvious comparison, but it really is in Factorio, and it's quite handy there as well when I actually remember to use it. So raw quartz was going to come out here at 240 per minute. That's quite a lot of quartz, gotta be said. And that killed the power to our base. Yeah, I'm clearly going to need more. It's a bit spiky, this top thing, and every time it crosses over, things go badly wrong. But hopefully that's not going to happen again. Oh, and there goes our quartz. I did already put a new fuel refinery in down by the far end of the base, but that is clearly not enough. Maybe I'll add some more coal as it goes forward. I would like, however, to unlock geothermal power, if that is available, and indeed nuclear. Nuclear is what we're working on right now, effectively, by having quartz. So that's that done. I could consider like an on-demand hypertube from here, but it's, you know, I'm not too concerned. I'll run back. Now to get started, we're not going to be aware quite at the beginning exactly how much stuff we're going to need, so we're going to deploy something outside and worry about it later, because everything's going to go into a building later, you know, designed for purpose, just like the rest of our buildings. But there are two things we're going to need. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to split things 3 ways, and I'm going to have 2 of these constructors dedicated to silica, which is one of the things we need. So silica, there it is, and same thing there. Okay, and the other one is going to be for quartz crystals. As it says here, used for radar and quantum technology. I'm not sure we're going to need many of those, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. They basically, we can use them for the radar technology to automatically expand the map, and they're used for other recipes as well. But this can take 37.5 quartz per minute. This one looks like it's going to take 22. Let me just get some power in here, and then we'll get everything going. So connect you up there, and then to both of you. Okay. And then obviously into the machines. Okay. So 37.5 there, 22.5 there, and obviously 22.5 here. So that's what, 45 plus 37? Round up, let's call it 80. And that should be only a third of what we're going to be receiving from the rest of our train station over to the quartz mine. So we can deal with that more than enough to basically get everything we want, and we can bring it in here. So I'm just going to bring it down to say about here. Should do, and let's just raise it up. Okay, we'll connect in. And then, you know, we're just going to set up some of our usual logistics. So some splitters. And missing some cable. I guess I can make local cable somewhere. I'll do that off camera. And just an idea while I'm building these. I wouldn't mind it if, you know, we've got the build mode for other things now by pressing R. I wouldn't mind if you could switch between conveyor mergers and conveyor splitters by pressing R. Just a suggestion for the devs, if that ever makes it back to them. Seems like a decent idea to actually do. And let me just sort this out. And then here, I'm going to rotate it this way. And this one doesn't need one. We're just going to have a couple of boxes over here. So yeah, I just wondering if a few of the items could be like that, actually. I guess similar to Eco that we're just playing as well on the channel. A quick plug. In that you can basically shift scroll wheel through all kinds of different options for one block. So you can have one block be a roof block or a wall block, etc. Be able to shift scroll wheel through the various wall blocks that you've got. Because we've only got one hotbar at the bottom of the screen, I quickly run out. I either want more hotbars, or I'd like the ability to have each hotbar item be more things. So for example, conveyors, not conveyor lifts, that's a bad example. It's going to be walls. So yeah, why can't I, for example, if I have orange walls, I could be able to shift scroll through all of the orange wall options. It would be really, really nice, at least for me. Maybe you have a difference of opinion. You can argue below, but that's only my opinion, and I'm definitely not always right, so there you go on that one. We're just going to get that there, and then we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to need some more foundation, aren't I? Foundations. And yeah, any other suggestions, by the way, from playing update 3 so far? It's been pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I'm quite happy with the thing, but we have, you know, to get into nuclear power and stuff like that yet, so there's lots of potential problems along the way. Let's just get that lined up. So there we go. And everything then can be connected with belts, as you would normally expect us to. So that's just going to be our container for our, what are they called? Quartz crystals. That's all the outputs connected. And then the inputs, obviously, just on the other side. There we go. One. Whoops. Power pole's in the wrong place. Well, right place, but I'm just malfunctioning, as I tend to. There we go. And last one can just go, I don't know, into this side. Yeah, and now, because you can turn this thing, I can turn it 90 degrees and then get it lined up. Isn't that nice? So nice. So nice. Okay, in it goes, and they should start up any second. Yep, there it goes. It's going to start processing. These are going to build up to whatever its maximum stack is, and we should start getting stuff like the other end. Same thing here. Silica is going to come out. That's going to get stored. Fine. So we've got silica. That's one entire sort of production chain going all the way back from our quartz. Then we have to just consider, how do we get bauxite over here? And what's the chain that we need to do bauxite for? Why am I running along the top of a hypertube? Just, I built the thing for a purpose, which is to go through it. Honestly. And thus began the Great Bauxite Belt Run, all the way down from the top, oh well, not the top, but next to the top, all the way down there. You see that sort of orangey line? That's bauxite. That's coming all the way down here. You have to bring them both together somehow, and there's just no way I could get a train through that gap up there. I suppose I could go around, but it would be quite a long way around. Here's the geysers, or the geysers. Never quite sure how to pronounce that, depending on whether you're English or American. Anyway, we have this land bridge here, and you can see our train station just over there. So I can bring in our belt as you would normally expect it to be brought in. Nice and parallel once we get to actually somewhere that we can run that. And we can just bring it over towards our processing center over there. And here's our bauxite. It's coming in right there. And somewhat annoyingly, all of this on the map, let's just take a look. All of this water on the map is not counted as deep water. It means we can't extract water from it. So that's a bit of a problem. There is, although back in those geysers, I wonder if that actually lets us there's a couple of spots of darker water over there. I wonder if we can just extract water from them. I'm guessing not, but it's worthwhile trying. Otherwise, the big lake near our main base, back through the hills there, is our closest place for water. So let's just get production water extractor. Is there anywhere around here that will snap into place? I highly doubt it, but no, nothing here. So it's going to be up near the geysers, which is up that hill. Let's just go and see if that actually allows us to do the water extraction. There we go, water extractor. And I need to actually get up there somehow. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, is there anywhere here we can just extract water from? No, and it certainly doesn't snap to the geysers, and doesn't seem to snap anywhere around here. There are areas in the new desert start area, by the way, that look like desert, but you can actually put water extractors down. Now, that may be a bug, but I did certainly see it in a friend's game anyway, so if you are actually doing that, you may have some success. In any case, I'm going to need to run a pipeline from the main lake, I think, running through the hills or something like that kind of area. Obviously, this would have been more beneficial to actually build it near the lake, but hey, it doesn't really much matter, because pipeline is fairly cheap. So I'm going to be building some more foundation here, and then we'll set up a new sort of area for processing the other things here. We're going to need the alumina, silica, and everything else. So let's set it up. And here we are. We're going to start with a refinery. We're going to feed in bauxite. Okay, so the refinery is up here. We're going to need to feed in water into this side of it, but that's not there yet, but we'll get that sorted. This is then going to process over into alumina solution and silica. The silica, we're only going to get, what is this, 20 parts per minute. Okay, if we just go all the way down here where we're going to need silica, silica is used up 140 per minute. So there is no real way you're going to be able to use refineries to feed into that as side products, which is exactly why we've got quartz being fed in here and we've got silica nicely stacking up in this box. There we go, silica. So that's going to go into the end of the chain. And we're going to need to feed it water over here. There it is. Next one in the chain then is petroleum coke. Now we don't have that either, but the alumina solution is going to come straight out of here. So, you know, we're just going to be able to do this. How much is we got? So 80 fluid per minute is going to come out. And this is 60 fluid. Oh, no, hang on, this side. 80 fluid, so 240 technically it can actually use. So this is going to be nowhere near enough for that. So realistically, we could end up with 3 of these refineries. Okay, I'm not sure if I just about have enough space for 3 of them if I had the power. And we can obviously get water flowing in, so that shouldn't be a problem. The water we need is 100 per minute. That's good because the maximum one pipe happens to be 300 per minute, if I remember rightly. Is it 300 per minute? I've run out of materials. I don't have a pipe handy. I think it's either 300 or 600 per minute anyway. So that means that would actually balance quite nicely if it is 300 per minute into 3 refineries. That in turn would balance quite nicely into the next step, which is using the alumina solution we've just generated, along with some petroleum coke. Now the petroleum coke is, however, what we don't have anywhere near here. What we need for that is the residual oil residue, or whatever it's called. Or yeah, what's it called? I think it's just called oil residue. Petroleum coke, there it is. So yeah, heavy oil residue, there we go. That's made down near our oil plants, so it's nowhere near here. However, just like here, we got this train station. It's got 2 freight stations on purpose. You can have more of them if you wanted to and have a longer train, but I've got to have at least 2. Now, that's the same on both ends. Now, I was expecting to use the other one on the other train station back at our base. I'll head over there now. In fact, is there anything else to cover on this? Petroleum coke, no. Basically, the output from that just gets fed into here. This produces aluminium scrap, goes straight into a foundry. Aluminium ingots come out the other end. Okay, and silica is going to come up from over there and goes into that foundry as well. So we'll figure that out next episode once we get the petroleum coke. So let's head back to the base. One thing to note about these hypertubes, by the way, if you start from a very high location and go to a low location, like for example near where our bauxite comes from, all the way along this belt, it speeds up incredibly fast. It's almost worth me considering, is it worthwhile getting a system of you know, like the jump pads, the 45-degree ones, whether you can get a system of those to set you up to jump to a really high platform, you know, bounce 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees, up to the top, whereby you jump into a hyper tube and then it just accelerates you all the way along. I'll show it you one of these days, but trust me when I say you come down that mountain a whole bunch faster than you go up it. But anyway, over here we've got our train station, of course, and we'll just head over there as well. And there is a spare freight platform there. I was expecting to use rubber for it, but if we process the petroleum coke at the other end instead of repurposing it, I think it's either producing more fuel or it's producing more plastic. I think it's doing more fuel right now. If instead we turn it into petroleum coke, we can ship it back in the other platform and get it to at least here. And then from here, we'll have to get it all the way over there to the base. But considering we're also going to have to get water extractors from this lake over to the other side. Do I have enough to build the water extractors? It certainly can go in this lake, you can see that much. So we can get water extractors over on the other side over there and then have a belt. And we can probably run a belt, I guess, from this side. Yeah, that's, thanks very much. Yes, that is your brakes. There we go. It's finished docking. And we can head back over. There we go. Yes, so we can run a belt from here, this first station that we're not currently using, all the way over to the other side, across, that's this side of the lake, along with the water, and get the whole chain sorted. So that's going to be the third part of this series on aluminium. Feel free to join me for that, because we're just about out of time for this episode, and we'll get back to that next episode, of course, at which point that starts to unlock the aluminium alkyd sheets, and from there that sort of heads us into research for nuclear power. You see at the very top right of the screen, you can see the alkyd sheets. We need 200 of them. So yeah, it is over here somewhere. It's definitely not... where are we? This is the water line, so it's not that line. We want to feed in... It's definitely not this line, so this is making plastic. So it's got to be the one that makes extra fuel. And I think I've got that in a separate line somewhere. Where did I actually put my extra refinery? That is the question. Too many pipes. You know, one person did say, by the way, can you spray paint the pipes, because you like this, you're wondering what's in them. Turns out they just have these semi-transparent sections that you can see what actually is in them. So you can see that that's fuel, for instance. This is crude oil. I think it's back here where we actually need everything. I think it's being processed in here somewhere. So let me go and find it. Here's the pipeline. It's full, it looks like. Current amount of pipe is the amount that the pipe can handle. So that's fine, and is coming out of here and heading this way. Did I not actually attach this to anything? I didn't attach this to anything. Is this going to block things? It probably will be blocking things soon if it isn't already. Yeah, it's just building back up. So I'm not currently doing anything with it. That's good, because then I can actually do something with it. So yeah, we are going to probably want to dump this to a refinery. We're going to get some more motors, and then we'll convert that into the residual coke and ship that back via the train station. So we have most of the pieces that we need for this. Just needs a bit more time and a bit more belt, basically. So if you enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. We're more than happy to see your comments down below. And next episode, we'll be finishing off the aluminium. Until then, as always, guys, thanks for watching.